Hello, YouTube family. Greg D here, back with another DCUO video. And today I wanted to add into our series of those of you who need a refresher, those of you who are coming back to the game in 2025. It's been a while since you have played the game, or if you're just brand new. I've been getting this question a lot about like, what do I do once I hit level 30? So I figured this would be a perfect opportunity, seeing as by voted on by you guys that we just made a gadgets character, just made a celestial character, got the gadgets character as you can see there just now to level 30. So now we switch over from leveling to combat rating. So wanted to discuss that a little bit. Wanted to go in depth as far as um, what I would do regarding that. Before we get into the video, though, if you guys could do me a huge solid favor and hit the thumbs up button on this video if you like what you see. We are working our way towards 10,000 subscribers on the channel, and we will be doing a giveaway once we hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. So anything that you can do to help would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Liking, sharing, subscribing, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, commenting, whatever the case is. Um, but yeah, it would really go a really long way um, regarding helping your boy out here. So once you hit level 30, what you'll notice is in your journal, you'll get this, and you'll have to come
I'm
talk
here
to
with an
Steve
offering
Trevor.
from Argus. We've optimized
So
gear
we're
that'll
going to do
help you
this
take on
together.
even
We are
bigger
currently in
threats
the
when you're
House of
on duty.
Legends. Now, this will be the same whether you are hero or villain. So don't worry about that at all. We are just freshly level 30 here. And this is going to be something that I wanted to talk about anyway, and that is the omnibus tab, which I think I have mentioned in the previous videos, but so
This gear, it's a show of faith.
we're
I
going to
convinced
equip that
Argus
new
that you'd
gear.
use it to help when we really need you.
Now,
Every
one thing I
piece of
will
gear has an
say
item level. The
before I
higher,
get
the
there
better.
is in your
And make sure you're
inventory,
picking gear that matches your preferred
you are going
combat
to
style.
have a
Go
bunch of
ahead,
old stuff
equip
that you
that
can't
now.
use, as you can see here. Like I've got a ton of stuff that I can't use as far as gear is concerned. Now, if you go over here to your augment tab, these adaptive augments we will earn later on as we get farther into the DLCs, the open worlds. We'll be able to get those with source marks and the specific currency of that particular DLC. So don't worry about that right now. If you do remember, if you did level up though, we get these origin ones from, I think it was what, level 25. Um, so what you do, a good way to level those up, the way that you do level those up, I guess I should say, is you come over here to the R&D table. You're going to come over here, research and development. You're going to salvage everything that you get that you can't use. If you can't use it for your DPS side, you can't use it for um, you can't use it for your alternate role, tank, troll, heal, doesn't matter. You are going to salvage the absolute crap out of all of this stuff. Easy peasy. Now, if you'll notice, I've got a ton of these like exobytes. So what I can do is I can come down here, and you'll notice once you plug them in there that I can level them up. Boom, 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 boom. Now, currently, max level on these augments is 412. Just keep that in mind. But you will see here, so I have one at level 171. So as you can see, that little guy right there. So if you're going straight might, obviously you want to have all the might ones. If you're a tank, you want to have your dominance ones. If you're going precision DPS, you want to make sure you have your precision in there. Restoring for restoration, that's your healing, and vitalization is your troll. So whatever role you're playing, you want to have those in there. So just keep that in mind. But as you can see here, so as of 171, this one in particular is giving me an extra 277 health, 549 power, 193 might, 245 weaponization rating, and then you'll notice like the difference here as opposed to here. So you're barely getting any stats there. But anytime you get gear, you can't use it, you salvage it. Okay, so now I will see what this box is. As you can see, though, and like the stuff that you can't salvage, sell it. Get the in-game cash for it. Where'd my box go? Here it is. All right, so we're going to open up this box. We'll do the damage roll for right now. And I have earned all that stuff. Now I should be able to get a feat here for this as well. So all this stuff is literally level 30 gear. That's better than what I have. That back on. Like that. That's better than what I have. Let's see. That's better than what I have. That's better than what I have. That's better than what I have. The rings aren't. I can use the weapon. I can use the rank patch and all this other stuff. Again, we can come in here. Look, again, I can salvage anything that I don't. Oh, I should probably collect that. Wait, I need to collect that style. Don't forget to collect your styles and get your feat points here, folks. Don't be dumb like me. Make sure, like, here we go. There we go. Okay. Yep. Okay. So then we got the extra 25 feet. Now we can again salvage everything. Salvage everything. We got our Mark IIs. We can come in here. Then we can come down here to our mighties. Usually what I do as far as how I level them up is I go down to my one that's ranked the lowest. I'll rank that one up first. So, all right. So now that we have that, you'll notice in your journal you have your alerts, your solos and or duos, and then your weekly raids. The nice thing and what I would recommend doing with your as soon as you hit level 30, once you get through all that stuff and salvaging and blah blah blah, now you can approach your characters in a few different ways here. If it's your main character, obviously you want to try to get your artifacts leveled up as quickly as possible, your allies leveled up as quickly as possible. The gear will come naturally, so don't worry about that. If you get stuck in a particular tier rating, because as you'll notice, once you open up your own duty tab, we are currently tier 1, so I have access to all solos, duos, alerts, and raids that are either the casual or tier 1. But if there is a case where you're not getting enough, like high enough gear to level up to the tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4, what you can do is you can come down here to Tempest. You can
The
buy the
portal
extra
will
gear
take you
you
where
need.
you
So, for
want to
example, here,
go. I can
like as you can
outfit
see,
you
this
for
stuff
when
is
you
level
reach your
55. So,
destination.
if I was really hurting to get to tier 2, what I could do, and what I have done before, is, and this is something that I would suggest doing, is buy your face, buy your rings, and buy your utility belt. And that should be enough of a difference to get you up to whatever the next tier is. So as you can see here, like this is level 55, and then, well, okay, so it won't be as high. It won't show the other ones, but essentially every time you move up a tier bracket, tier rating, uh, extra gear will get added onto there. But every time you finish an omnibus, now these reset every week on Tuesday. You'll notice that this will pop back up into your journal. So all you have to do for this, and you see, all you got to do is complete a raid. Not only do you get the rewards for doing the raid, doing the alert, doing the solo, doing the duo, but you also, what will happen is you'll come over here to Steve. He'll give you an extra reward.
Hey, you look ready to go. Open up
See,
that
it wants me to
on-duty
do a
menu to either
solo
jump in
to
quick
get
with
started.
others or
But
customize the
essentially,
search
what
for
you'll
specific
do with
runs.
the
Try it now.
omnibus is you'll
Oh,
just
and
click
when
into
you're teaming up with
omnibus.
others, keep in
You'll do the
mind that
solo,
runs go
duo,
way
alert, or
better
raid.
when everyone's
Now,
cooperative,
here's what you
encouraging, and
shut up, Steve.
engaged.
Shut up, Steve. So, for the omnibus, every week you can redo this. You need to do one raid, one alert, three duos and or solos. So, if you wanted to do one solo, two duos, one duo, two solos, you just have to make them add up to three. That's all you do. But what you'll notice is once you are finished with the raid, alert, whatever, you'll get, in the case of the raid, you'll get an extra 15 source marks, and you'll also get a loot box. Now, the loot box can have everything. Usually it will have, let's say, a couple of catalysts to level up your augments and your OP pieces. It will have style. It'll usually may have something like an aura, a style item, a base item, um, things of that nature. But then you'll see, so when you do the solos and the duos, you're going to get a loot box, 5 source marks, and then when you get to your alert, you're going to get 10 and another loot box. So everything that you are pretty much buying in the game is going to be up to source marks, because you can come over here and literally see,
I love bringing folks
like,
together.
you want alliances to level up your allies or allies themselves, source marks. You want to come over here and get the affinity mods for elite gear, source marks. You want to come down here and get a pet. You want to get a pet,
Guaranteed
source marks. So source marks is key in this game. Over here is Vandal Saget. This is if you have the monthly membership,
You shall.
where you get the extra, you get the let me try that again. I'm talking too fast. You get the extra inventory slots. You get the extra um, daily rewards, things of that nature, like down here. So really, that's all you need to do. Worry about your omnibus stuff, your solos, your duos, your alerts, your raids. Again, you can do that every week because they will reset. And then when you're done with that, essentially you're just going to go through and play. So there's a few ways that you can go about doing that to level yourself up. Because again, it changes from a level to a combat rating. So the way that you increase your combat rating is by getting better gear. So you can literally go to your on duty tab, you can just hit custom play, and you can pick whatever you want. Don't forget that each raid is going to be worth 10 source marks. Solo will probably be worth 1 to 3, because sometimes they'll drop extra ones. So solos are worth 1 to 3, duos are usually worth 2 to 5, alerts are usually between worth like 4 and 6. So if you really want source marks quickly, omnibus, do your raids, and once you get up to tier 5, there will be open world bounties. Now, there are open world bounties throughout the story mode. Whether you're hero or villain, you'll notice, for example, there's like Green Arrow and Black Canary. There's Bizarro by the Metropolis General Hospital. There's the Flash in Gotham over by the Trigon missions. There's who else? Hawkman and Hawkgirl over by Star Labs when you're doing the Grodd missions for the Flash. So there are open world bounties there. They're very simple. I mean, the combat rating there is only 46 or something. But once you get up to tier 5 and start going to all these different open worlds from the DLCs, like starting here, there will be open world bounties where you'll notice in the looking for group chat that there will be groups that are trying to get the open world bounties done. They literally go through each one of these open worlds, which corresponds to a DLC, and will do the open world bounties. There's 2 open world bounties in tier 5. There's 3 open world bounties per area in tier 6. There's 3 per area in tier 7, and then the newest episode. So going through and doing those, and they reset every week on Tuesday, just like the omnibus does. But going through and finding a group, doing all of them, will not only get you a ton of loot boxes, but will score you, like, I think it's 400 source marks, if I remember correctly. It's in the range of like 400, 450. So again, everything that you need to level up, and whether it's allies, gear, artifacts, whatever, you need to buy it via source marks, and that's the quickest way. You can literally run through each one of those open worlds in The quickest I've done is maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you're sitting on 400 source marks. Or you can find groups that will literally spam particular raids, for example. They will just keep running the same raid over and over again, not only for the source mark, but you get feats because skill points, skill points, skill points. A lot of people will tell you that skill points don't matter, but they do. They do. Yes, you can get more bang for your buck as far as stats and like initial damage and everything with artifacts, but skill points do matter. You're gonna have better numbers, whether you're tanking, trolling, DPSing. If you have 100 skill points versus 400 skill points, you're going to have way better numbers with 400 skill points than you are with 100. So skill points do matter. Yes, they do. Like again, artifacts and allies can be more like like that instant gratification, more bang for the buck, but skill points still matter. But really, that's all there is to it. Don't get overwhelmed. Have fun with the game. Find a power that you enjoy playing with. Find a loadout that works best for you, whether that's totally doing precision, weapon combos, whether that's just doing complete might, going through your power rotation there, or if you're like me and prefer a hybrid rotation where it's weapon attacks and your powers, find what works for you. If you want, you can check my channel. If you need loadout ideas, I am posting different loadout videos for different powers. Um, just search through my channel and you can find some stuff there. But really, all it comes down to is you don't get overwhelmed. Have fun with the game. Do your omnibus. Go through your open worlds. Do your daily missions, your weekly missions. The weekly missions are going to they're going to take longer, but they're going to be worth more. Better gear. They're going to be worth more source marks. And again, source marks are what you need, whether you're trying to buy affinity mods, ally stuff, artifact stuff, artifacts in general, trinket pets, gear. You need to have those source marks. So the most important thing is to just get out there and play whatever. And you can focus on one thing at a time too. I mean, if you just want to literally one day knock out, you come in here and you can do what I usually do is when everything resets, I'll do the raids. Work on your big guys first. Then once I get through the raids that I want to do, I'll go through the alerts. I'll go through the duos. And while you're waiting for those to queue up, again, open world stuff. I mean, as of right now, as you can see, like you can go through here. So I can go through like Central City and buy, like, I think it's level 56 gear. Go through Gotham Wastelands, Metropolis Battle Zone. You do all the daily missions here. You're going to be getting stuff. You're going to be getting artifact XP as you're killing ads and stuff. I don't have any artifact XP right now, but you'll get your catalyst here like this, and then of course you want to make sure that you're leveling up your artifacts. Now it will take some time to do your artifacts. The fastest thing that you'll notice is you'll get the gear fastest. Leveling up your artifacts initially will be quick, but once you get to 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, because all the artifacts max out at 200. Once you're getting to those higher levels, it will take a lot longer. 0 to 80 will be really quick. You'll notice that very fast. You should be able to get all of your artifacts to level 80 fairly quickly. Once you hit level 80 with any artifact, that's when you start getting the bonuses for those artifacts. So keep that in mind. Obviously, having them totally maxed out is where you get the max benefit, the max bonuses for everything. But once you hit level 80 is when you start getting the actual, like, whatever bonus it is. So, like for Omega, for example, here you get the Omega Beams power. You can add that into your loadout. But, I mean, honestly, that's about it. Get out there, like I said, if you need to find a group, do the looking for group chat here in the chat box. Join a league. Try to find one that's active. Definitely do your open world bounties when you get high enough, when you're hitting that tier 5, tier 6. Go through your open worlds. Make sure you're doing your dailies, especially if there's a certain style you're trying to collect or you're leveling up a certain OP piece. go through those particular open worlds, do your dailies, do your weeklies, do your omnibus, do your, do your raids. Focus on one thing a day. Like I said, one day you just take the open worlds and do that stuff. One day you do all the raids. One day you do the alerts. One day you do the duos. So, yes, again, I know I've been rambling, and I know it sounds like a lot, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm really trying to make sure that you guys understand that it doesn't take much, and you can level up really quickly. But once you get in there, at first, it will be really overwhelming, but once you get the hang of it, once you get the feel for it, it's easy, honestly. Um, so that's all I got for you. So, get out there, have fun, find something that works for you with your powers and your particular style of play, and just roll with it. Don't worry about anybody who tells you, "Oh, you suck, you're doing it wrong." Because I mean, yes, there can be some toxic people out in the community, but don't let that deter you. Have a thick skin. It's a game. Some people take this game way too seriously, so um, don't let that affect you. Just get out there, have fun, and enjoy it. So, with that being said, I'm going to conclude this episode right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.